How's it going, guys? Welcome back. It's Keith. As you can see, just a little quick update on where I am on the big rig. I didn't do anything yesterday on either build. Took a break for a day because I was actually waiting on a couple of things to come in, like no mould and bottles of more bottles of resin. So I'll just show you this is the resin I use. It's a double mix. It's the good quality clear or dark white stuff when it's cured. So it's bought from the UK. www.mbfg.co.uk. Nice, cheap, very cheap for all the resin cast and stuff, over like the moulds and the resin. So this isn't a non-sponsored video, so I'm just showing you what I'll be using to cast my molds. Like that's the resin, and then you get the little pot of mould. As I said, I got the mould today, but I only ordered another 2 bottles of that and another tub of mould. This tub of mould, which is it. This is empty now. This is the old one. I have the full one here now, up there in the press. 250 gram base. Then you get the little red bottle that I think that's the cure, or I don't know if it cures or what, or the little red bottle of stuff that you put a little bit in with it. Gives it the pink colour, the mould, the pink colour, because it's white in the jar. But anyway, getting off topic, this is where I am on the big rig group build. As you can see, I've pieced together about there are holes for the dress up part that goes behind the cab. The cab goes here in front, obviously, and then all the parts that go onto the box trailer for the freezer or whatever it's supposed to be. I've done the detail handles on the doors, and I don't know if you can see that good with the bright light. Maybe you could see it better if I knock off the light. No. And you can there, I put all the handles and anyway on, as you can see there. And the underneath, I've started to put everything together. Now I'm going to prime everything at once, and then I'm going to hand paint the things, because everything's going to be really mainly the same colour. The whole back of this is going to be silver, the doors and all, but then whatever needs to be touched up, blue or black, whatever I go with, will be done with the brush. So that's the mud flap thing. There's a lot more stuff to go on underneath that. I don't know if I have these on right, but it's the way it looked to me. These little black, it's the way it looked to the wheel, to me, in the wheel arches on the box art. So if it's wrong, they're not on too tight, I can take them off easily, them two black things, because they'd be the only things that would be on wrong. But I'm assuming they're on right, because I'm showing the end of the mud flaps where it has the little grooves on the end. So yeah, that's like, I don't know any names for any of the parts of the truck. So the chassis goes along the inside of there, as you know. Now, could this being a highly detailed kit for a 1/32 scale kit, it has no engine. It's curbside, whatever the word is. That is for the back doors, because I'm gonna I didn't put the frame in. I've put the hinges on the back doors. I've done all that. But they'll be all put on when I have all this painted, because the back doors are getting painted the same colour as the cab. Now I put too much paint on the cab the second time round, so I had to sand it and go over it again and engrave it. Shit. Sorry for the language. Camera fell off the little suction tripod thing. it's very sturdy there. I won't do a retake, I'll just record. Maybe I'll have a little laugh about it. But anyway, back to where I'll hold it. I had to engrave the handles, and not the handles, the body linings into the doors and all again. Just on some parts after the paint, because I put on way too much paint the second coat, and I just filled in a lot of the lines. So again, I'll smoothen it again with sandpaper before I do another coat over it, and it'll be a light coat. So just to make sure I don't F it up. The roof is fine. It's going to be I think it came with the horns for the roof, but even if it didn't, I have a horn stack thing, 4 horn type things that will fit this. They're off a 124 scale car for one of them Bozo Zugo kits, but yeah, I'll use on this. It'll be perfect looking on the truck if it hasn't got its own. But here's all the truck parts still, loads in that. Sorry, the 240. I haven't touched that now since the other day, Mike. So there's the engine, as you can see, and the body off it. And Mike sent me a package, and I got it just so you know. Me and Mike done a deal and got a couple of kits for each other, and he actually put a nice surprise in one of the kits boxes for me, another kit, because he knew I liked the make and model of the car, and I thanked him very much for it. But yeah, and also to Doug Hensley, I'm glad he's feeling healthy and he's nothing more or as bad to worry about, and to thank him for the General Lee bash bar for my General Lee replica build from the Revell kit that I'm going to be building the General Lee of. Ernest done me the wheels for the General Lee. Gary from Transition Modeler, or the Fallout Shelter. Sorry, Gary. Fallout Shelter done me. I sent me decals twice. Second one's got to me perfectly. Thank you, Gary, for that. So that's the decals and the wheels, and thank you, Spunky, for that. The wheels, and then the bash bar was the only thing I hadn't got to make it the General Lee, basically. And I asked Doug would he have it in his spare parts bin, and yes, he did indeed, and he sent it to me and it came yesterday. Also, me and Doug have a nice little thing going as well. He got me that Aoshima trailer. I was telling Russell, I asked Russell if when he got it, if he could find it again to pick her up for me, and I'll get him something. But I have Russell would have done that for me, no problem. He's done it twice before already, which is cool of him. Thanks again, Russell. Shout out to you as well. Also, Doug done it for me. Doug got me the trailer. I have his kit here for him as well, which I told him is going out next week with the other guys' kits. I'm sending out 3 kits next week, and then 2 the following week. Just because I'm repaying people for doing nice things to me. But for me, not to me. Use dirty minds. For me, for doing nice things for me. So yeah, thanks lads, everyone, appreciate it, you know I do. So I always hit you all straight back up with thank you even when you don't want it. So it's just nice to be nice, as I always say. So once again, thanks. Also, I got the turbo mounted into a position that will fit in the engine bay of the 240Z. So I'm going to do the intercooler piping coming straight across the top here, and going and then bending down like the front of the engine, say where the fan is beside it, going down and then out into the intercooler. Do you know what I mean? And then there's the intake, the velocity stack. Is that what you call them? The ITBs or ATBs or something, or AITB, air intake, something anyway along the lines of that. I can't really have it off the top of my head. I'm sorry, lads. Yeah, that's what I have done to the engine. So that's my third engine I've ever wired up. So I got a few comments on it that it looked good. I'm happy as like it. I appreciate it. Thanks very much. Only you guys helped me out, James Morris, Mike, and all the advice that a lot of you has given me. Mike sent me all the stuff for drilling out, and then I end up buying some as well. New hand voices and that. I end up buying some after that, because when I misplaced the one Mike got me, I said that was a tool that I must have, and I ended up buying a new one, and then I found it as well. But anyway, back there's the chassis of the 240 as well. So you know, I ended up adding buckles, but if this focuses, see, I put them on the silver parts, if you get me, over the silver paint. 2 on that one on that one. I have got another 2 for this one, and 1 for the seat belt. So I will add them on that. They're actually out of the AE86 kits, the Toyota 11s. Here's the chassis of the big rig. There's the little double wheels. As you can see, I painted everything flat black, but flat enough. It looks flat to me. A little bit glossy underneath. Again, I could always weather that up if I have to. I'm gonna be colouring a few with it. Not colouring, sorry. I can't talk today, I'm sorry lads. I'm spluttering words out here left, right and centre. I'm probably annoying you. Sorry about that anyway if I am. But as you can see, I've done the chrome lip on the back, double wheels. Yeah, there's great detail in this kit for a 132nd. It has everything up as far as the oil sump, and like all the, like there's big chrome tanks and all in the box that go onto it before it's built, but there's no engine. That's all this kit is missing, is an engine. They gave me 4 different inside set up as door cards and everything else, and 2 different interiors where I want to go with, and also left and right hand drive. So like, and different seats. I've gotten pattern seats and just plain leather seats. So yeah, I got an awful lot of parts for it. It's a pity it doesn't tell you how many parts comes in the box, because there is an awful lot of parts. But this is the big rig. This is where I am on it, and anyway, that's the trailer. That'll go onto the back of that, obviously, as you know. And then now after this big rig is built and the group builds over, I am still going to use this truck in my 1/35th scale diorama zombie thing that I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to use the truck in the diorama as the headquarters, like where the back of it's going to be set up with like screens and little, like where they have the CCTV basically set up. So that's what's going to be getting done with this truck after the group build of it. I won't do until a different, only probably the bumper that I'm going to use on it that came with the kit is a bumper that flatten if it hits something. Anyway, there's one big full piece bumper, so nothing can get caught in the grill, and that's the bumper I'm going to go with. Then there's a bumper with a grill in it. So that's the plan with that bumper that I'm going to use. But there, look, if this gives you an idea of how many parts I still have in this kit. I'll put the 240 up there. Look at this. I've never gotten so many parts and screws that haven't even been untouched. Look at the seats. Mud guards. More different colour bases for the chassis. Look, that's going to be a spare part. Suspension in black, it's going to be spare as well. As I said, I got these seats, plain leather. There's one set of door cards. There's the cab overhead dash piece. It goes over your head while you're driving, do you get me? You don't know what I mean, there's a lot of building trucks. Also, I haven't used, which I could have used, the brake hubs, the discs, but you can't see them, so there was no point in putting them on. It was just giving me a more work and more hassle. Also, I don't even have to use half of these parts on this sprue. This is an untouched sprue already as well. And I nearly have everything together, as I've showed you. Sorry about the phone in the background beeping. I'm actually expecting 2 master box kits off Amazon to be delivered today. I found the zombie one that I was looking for, but I ended up finding a better one. But I'm still going to get the zombie one. I just didn't pay for it today. I ended up paying for different ones on that site that was recommended to me by me buddy up at the north there, Shamey. So yeah, there's the other seats, lads. Look, the pattern on them, and the other door cards, the front dash steering wheel. Right, you get multiple steering wheels too. There's more there for the doors that are going to be opening and closing on the back, the boat things. More exhaust parts. There's more door cards, more chassis frame parts, as you can see. Here's a whole interior type inside tub set up for the seat, your armrests, like the handbrake, the shifters, the part that mounts onto the chassis and the back of it. Right. This sprue, I think, only has the 2, yeah, these are for the 4 things hanging off the underneath of the trailer part. Here's the chrome parts, because I didn't unbox this. That's the bumpers. I'm using the bottom one. See the bottom one? The one big piece. That's the one I'm going to use. So it's like a battering ram as well. Look at all the different grills and headlight setups and bumpers. That's only one of the chrome yokes. There's design side yokes here. See, I have my finger. And then there's plain ones. And then I guess some that are just plastic that you can paint. Also, these are the mirrors for wide load towing, so you can see. Here's the tub I'm going to be using. I have the shifter in, the handbrake in, I have the steering rack in, I have the pedals in. So yeah, that's the piece of the interior tub I'm going to be using when I take a drink. My mouth is going back on dry. I'm a Coca-Cola man, I know it's not good for you, it's putting on a bit of a belly. That's the back frame, obviously, for the back lights and the 2 doors for going on to the back of the trailer. The Z bonnet hood, should I say. The reason I haven't done that with the Z, I dropped one of the Z badges, emblems. I'll probably have to, I'll find it. I know it bounced underneath me workbench, the table, but I will find it. There's the another front grille set up that I got in this package, and I don't know if that's a front bumper or a rear bumper. There's the front Hino range or badge, the mirrors, other backlight setups, as you can see, and lenses, mirrors. So like when I says, and there's more backlights and lenses that you paint, steps, registration plates and all sorts. And when I said to you there was a high parts count, I know you knew it did, because a lot of you said it. That has got a lot of parts for a lot of plastic, a lot of styrene for the 132nd kit. There's another dash, untouched, more steps and whatever else. Oh, that's the sat nav and all. Where is the little sat nav? Yeah, there's a decal that goes on that. You just mount that to your dash. There's another piece of I think that's for behind the cab. I don't think that gets used either though. There's all the chrome tanks that have to go onto the chassis on the hooks. Couple of them. You get the spare wheel with the spare tyre. Throw that in there. These are all parts that's alright if you get scratched, because they're not scratched, but you know what I mean. They're not clear parts. Not to worry about them as much as you would about the. More bumpers, more bumper parts, wide body parts, look for it. And there's the centre little small midget seat that they put in the for the front cab instead of having an armrest. There's the rear bumper with the diamond plate, stoplight and registration holder. Yeah, the factory rat is down in Aoshima. And there's more mirrors again, wide low mirrors. The factory rat, there's the wheel center caps. He's down in Aoshima one, which is another Japanese kit, and it looks awesome. His is a dump truck, like a dumper. Looks deadly. If mine has all these parts, and the way his has all the body kit and all, you know, the clears and all are in the other bag there. I'm at the pour that little bag into. There's my one for a reminder. And mine hasn't got like what, I don't know your name, buddy, off heart, but the factory rat channel. This is my truck from Japan in 132nd, and your one is a dumper truck, and it has all bumper stuff and all sporty stuff on it. They're cool looking trucks. They are, you have to admit, they are cool looking trucks. This is all the stuff I was saying, all the holes are drilled down on the back of the box trailer for the trim and all. See the piping and the freezer or whatever they are. But there's them little things sticking off the end of it. There's the bars. So there is a lot of parts to go on this truck, and I know you don't doubt it. But I've a fair bit of it done. I'm confident that as long as I don't make any mistakes, I'll have it together. Plenty of time left. Just this is for Mike here. I ended up putting the cracked glass that remember the broken glass that was in the Lexus. Yeah, look, I put clear glue on it, and obviously you can see the crack, but it's not weak anymore. It's solid. It's one solid piece again. So I was thinking of sanding that smooth and then tinting it, the whole back window black. And even the back behind the passenger and the driver windows black, tinted, so it looks, so you won't see the crack. But I can also use this, there was a spare window in it that you sent me as well. Mike sent me a nice kit. It was a Lexus kit, and he actually sent me another couple in our little deal that we done. So he knows himself. Appreciate it. We both got what we were both looking for in the deal. So Mike, shout out to you, buddy. Thanks again. I hope you're happy also. Yeah, what can I say more now? I'm rambling on the last 25 minutes. But yeah, I was just showing the truck there to the factory rack, so he'd know exactly what mine was like to his. I'll let this go. Battery's gonna go dead, boys. Stay safe. That was just a quick update. I'll try to finish what I can on it today, and I'll be back online soon. So have a good day. Stay safe, and Peter, look after yourself. With that bad news, at home over the COVID thing. Stay safe, buddy. Peace out, lads. Keys out. Bye bye.